Despite Purdue having 3 conference losses in the Big Ten, we still have an outside shot, a very big outside shot at making the Big Ten title game for back-to-back seasons. First things first, though, we got to get a W here against the Minnesota Golden Gophers coming to Ross-Ade. Our first possession going to lead to 4th down and inches. Minnesota, guys, has 1 conference loss. So, yeah, you know what? We got to be really aggressive to try to beat these guys, giving ourselves a chance at getting back to the Big Ten title game. There we go. 4th down and inches, little punt fake. Loving that. First down. 1st and 10 here. Pass deep, and whoa, somehow caught by Shamar Rigby. What a play. Making that catch. He will be injured, though, so he'll have to take some time on the sideline to recoup. 2nd down and goal. We do have a flag on the field, but what was the defensive player doing in the end zone? Like, he just staring at Ryan Brown. Didn't even offer to go get him until it was too late. He was already in the end zone. But touchdown not going to happen here. Is a holding call. So 2nd down and goal. A little pump fake here from Brown, and it was a perfectly timed pump fake. We go to Morissette there in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown Purdue, taking the early lead, 7-0. All right, let's go here to 3rd down and 8. Minnesota, what are we doing? Interception. McLeese with the pick. You guys remember that guy? He's a young guy, little underclassman that we just signed from recruiting a couple seasons ago. Sam McLeese, the freshman. I believe he was redshirted last season. So a nice interception there, but we got Brown. Oh, jeez. I think he was hit as he was throwing the ball. It was a little lame duck, a little wobbly. We did get the yellow on the throw meter, so it seemed like he could have gotten it over the linebacker. But it's an interception here. So 1st down and 17, and this is going to be picked off. Winston Berglund. It's the user pick, guys. Perfectly timed user pick. There we go. 41-yard pick 6. So back-to-back interceptions from both quarterbacks. And then Berglund comes through, taking it to the house. So 14-0. Berglund, we got user controlled here again. And boom, laying the lumber. The big boomstick going to knock the football loose. We get a punt return here. And why do we show special teams, guys? You know the drill. You know the drill. Armad Branch from about the 20-yard line. Look at this. Can you cut it up the middle? No, a little bit too late. Go to the sidelines. Got one guy to beat the little juke move. Getting out to about the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. And lead to a 1st down and 10 play here. Brown dropping back. He's going to scramble here up the middle. We got wide open lanes to the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue. 21-0 Boilermakers, and we're not even at the end of the 1st quarter. Up by 3 touchdowns. You love to see that. 1st down and 10, and what are we doing here, Minnesota? What is going on? Will Helt with the interception. That's not a guy that's going to get a lot of picks. That's crazy. Sometimes he comes down there at the defensive end spot, so that's a little nutty. 2nd and 8. Ryan Brown, again, going to run for it. He got a good block from Shamar Rigby, who's back in the ballgame. But Ryan Brown's now got 2 rushing touchdowns. We're up by 4 scores, guys. 4 scores. 28-0. 1st down and 10 here for Minnesota, looking to get some points up on the board, and they're going to do just that. Touchdown here. Rushing game. Working well on the right sideline. You know, again, we have always struggled defending that part of the field. Running plays to the right-hand side. I don't know what it is. We have a very tough time doing that. So nearing the end of the 2nd quarter, we do get a false start. Have to be pushed back here down to 2nd and 15, 1:30. Brown dropping back. Going to get sacked. Loss of 9. 3 sacks for Minnesota, 0 for our defense. And 3rd and 24, we'll just have to go ahead and run the football here with Merriweather. Pick up some sack yardage back. And we'll have to punt the football away. And again, guys, I think you know the drill by now. We show special teams for reasons. We don't just do it to bore you. We've got number 13 here, calling a fair catch, then backing away, and it bounces off of his back. It bounces off of his numbers. It goes back to the Boilermakers. Look at this. They touched it, technically. Yeah, they touched it. We recover. We've got another shot at points. Very next play, 1st and 10. Brown throwing to the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermakers. 35-10, everybody. Armand Branch with the reception, with the touchdown. And we will go now to the mid part of the third quarter, guys. It is still 35-13. Minnesota does come back a little bit. They get a field goal in the third quarter. They'll also get a touchdown here. So now they're down by, if they can get this 2-point conversion, and they do, so now they're down by 14 points. So they are coming back a little bit here. 3rd and 5, and oh no, wrong button pushed. Ugh, we did that the last time. Last video we did that. Ryan Brown's got maybe some ghosts. He's like Sam Darnold for the Jets, seeing some ghosts, making some poor decisions. Now somehow it's 35-28. They're back in this thing with 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. We got a nice run by Merriweather, but we have a flag on the field. We got some laundry. It's going to come on back. It was a very nice run. We need a touchdown here. A field goal is okay. I'll live with it. But 3rd and 18, I'm not liking our odds. We called a good play, called a good route. Might have had square there for just a split second. But I know how the CPU is when they just want to have these pogo sticks. We have pogo stick linebackers. You know, moon boots, I guess. They just jump like miles in the air. It's crazy to pick these things off. So field goal is good. Porath bangs one through. We're up by 10. 4 minutes left. We got a big sack. Golden Gophers going backwards. 2 sacks now in the game. Minnesota has 3 still. Remember, they had 3 in the very first half of the game. Offensive line has done a great job protecting Ryan Brown to this point. We still got to keep that up. So 4th and 12. After that pass is going to go out of bounds. Here's the pass. Incomplete. Going for the pick. That 4th down conversion, no good. So our job right now, just kill the clock. Well, if they're going to play up on us, they want to play man coverage on us, we'll just fire it deep. That's fine by me. Completion. Still up by 10. Merriweather. Again, we're just trying to kill the clock. I'm okay with this. Don't turn the ball over. We're up by 13. Pretty safe lead. And that's the way it's going to end. 41-28 your final score, guys. Minnesota now with 2 conference losses. That's a big victory for our Purdue Boilermakers, guys. We'll have to get a little update on the other games across the Big Ten and see how it's all shaken down, guys. Because, again, we got like USC with 1 loss, Oregon with 1 loss, Ohio State with 1 loss, and all these teams still have yet to play each other. So there could be a situation where if they can kind of beat each other up, we still have an opportunity. We have an outside shot at getting back to the Big Ten Conference Championship game. But let's focus on the game at hand. We did our job. We had some tough losses, namely the one in Sim against Illinois and a couple others that were tough, man, like Penn State a couple weeks ago. That was a really tough one to swallow, but it is what it is. We do get the #1 wide receiver in the country, Kalen Fontus, and we also got a free safety, Ronald Washington. We're still going after a couple of offensive linemen like LeCounte. We're going after Dylan Baum, a defensive tackle. Townsell is an outside linebacker. We lost out on Sills. And then Jadarius Corner, a really good right tackle. He's also considering a couple other teams along with us. But we're still in a good spot to go get him. So no upsets other than Nebraska losing to Maryland. Again, they had 1 loss. The Cornhuskers did. They lose. Upset. That's good. That's really good. Illinois got 1. USC's got 1. Penn State still 6-0. So that's a concern. We get Maryland, a team, again, that beat Nebraska, that really helped us out. But we will get the victory here. And we're also getting a ton of our recruits, guys. Again, that was the strategy going into the season. I wanted to go after guys, really high caliber guys. I think we've really set the foundation for all those 2 stars and 3 stars and whatnot. I think this is the year to really go hard at the elite level talent, really build out this roster for the future, for the long term. And we're signing these guys up left and right, guys. We've got Marcus Harvin, a left tackle. We got Dylan Baum, a defensive tackle. So those are like role player guys. We're still in the mix for another tackle here, Carlos Pascal, and then Gallimore. A lot of dudes, man. A lot of dudes, a lot of really good players. And if you want to look at that conference standing again, We're 5-3. We're in 4th place at this, actually 5th place at this point. USC, Penn State, all with 1 loss. Nebraska, Illinois with 2. So again, there's a situation going into the last week of play for us. We can beat Indiana, which we do. A little spoiler alert. We can also hope that some other Big Ten teams ahead of us will lose. We do get Devontae Gallimore, and you can see very quickly we're in 1st place with every one of those targets, at least from as far as the updates go. Looks like we're going to get Pasco. Looks like Texas is making a big push, and unfortunately, we had so many visits with these other top-tier guys that we could not get a visit for Jadarius Corner. I'm going to keep him up there on the list, even though I just don't think that that's going to happen. Texas is making a big push. We don't have a weekly visit any longer. No more games to schedule for him to come on by, so that sucks. But really the big guy that I want is that D tackle, that number 1 player in the entire country, that guy, Thaddeus Pierre, and we got him. He wasn't even interested in Purdue, but he's coming on board because he likes what he's seeing here. We do get Pascal, the left tackle. Of course, Jadarius Corner is going to Texas, which I figured was going to happen. But we'll take one last look at the standings as everything is now finalized and shaken out. Purdue will finish in 6th place, right behind Michigan, Illinois, Nebraska, USC, and Penn State. So the final couple weeks, how did everything pan out? Well, USC did lose to Notre Dame. That's not a conference loss, which I was hoping for. We do beat Indiana by 1 point. Maryland still was very tough, guys. Very tough. UCLA upsets Oregon, but they weren't in the picture any longer with 4 losses at that point. Ohio State loses 2. We were in a really good position to actually get in that Big Ten championship game. If we didn't lose to Illinois, if we didn't lose to Penn State, like we didn't choke that game away. If we won that game, they would have had 2 conference losses that would have kicked them out. We would have won the tiebreaker, right? We would have had 2 losses, Big Ten play. We had 3 in total. We would have had 2. They would have had 2. We would have won the tiebreaker, man. So it sucks. But we'll take on a Texas team that is 6-6. They're underperforming this season. So that's a little bit of a disappointment from what I know that this team is talented enough to do. But looking at our recruiting class, guys, looking ahead to the future, look at the development traits between all these guys that we signed. Tons of elite level guys, tons of impact level guys. We killed it in this recruiting class. We were 14th in the entire country. So Rico Suave, he's a little negotiator, right? He's a really good recruiter. I'm really happy with what we did as far as the strategy goes with this recruiting class. I could not be happier, actually. Maybe if we were number 1, but this has been a really, really great class. You got the number 1 D tackle. You got the number 1 wide receiver, right? That's a really big lift to this roster, to the talent. So looking at the award finalists, I'm not seeing anything in regards to Purdue. We got best receiver, O-line, Lombardi, just nothing's popping up right now, guys. I feel like last year we had a ton of players popping up. Defensive backs, wide receivers, linemen, D linemen, like we had everything going on for us, right? I mean, we made it to the Big Ten championship game. Nobody thought we could do that. Over Winston Berglund actually gets in as a finalist in the top 10 at least. Center, nothing working there. Not even Spencer Porath. He's not even up there for best kicker award, best punter. But Armad Branch does win best returner. So I'll take that. Now looking at the college football playoff, we have 4 teams from the Big Ten. We got Penn State, Illinois, Nebraska, and USC representing our conference. So best of luck to you guys. Now let's go ahead and take on these Texas Longhorns. Again, this 6-6 team. This is a down year for Texas. They've still got Arch Manning at quarterback, so we'll have our hands full. It's still a very talented team. I think they just got some tough luck losses. 6-6, don't be fooled is all I'm trying to say. We do have a couple injuries to our running back crew. Merriweather's not in the game. You've got John Booker's not in the game. He's not playing. It's not from a draft thing. But we got a bunch of backups, like Oscar Chance, a guy that we recruited a few seasons ago. He can't even get a good push from his O-line to get in. 3rd down and goal here. But look at it. We've got Burhen. Touchdown to the tight end. Always a trusty, reliable receiver. to get that score. We're trying to run it in, man. We were at the goal line. We could have pounded that in. Unfortunately, no dice for Purdue. We still get the touchdown. I'm happy with it. Will Heltz getting in for the sack on Arch Manning. Going to force a 3rd down and 10. He's dropping back here. Scanning the field. Got a good clean pocket, but going to throw it out of bounds. Could have waited a little longer, but he's a Manning, so he's earned that right to make that decision, I guess. 3rd down and 4. Brown's going to go down. We predicted the blitz from the left side, so we picked all that up, but it also led the right side to get blown up. Our right guard just got completely wasted on the swim move by the defensive lineman. So 3rd down and 11 here for Texas. On their next possession, Manning throws it out of bounds again. They'll have to settle for the field goal. They will get it. 10-3. Next possession here for Texas. Again, Purdue can't do anything on offense. We got a false start. They're going backwards. 3rd and 18. Manning, again, swerving and maneuvering through the pocket. Throws it out of bounds. Another penalty. It's a holding call. It would be 3rd down and 28. We decline it because I don't want to risk a PI. I don't want to risk them going for it to pick it up. We've seen that against Notre Dame a couple seasons ago. Right, so I wasn't risking it. So they do kick the field goal, so it's 10-6. You got a pick near the end zone. It's Coy Beasley, number 1 for Arch Manning. That might be a little foreshadowing. RPO play here. Here's Burhead. So after the interception, we're doing a little trickery here. Burhead, the tight end, not enough speed. I don't blame him, but he's going to get to the 12. Purdue's got a shot here at another touchdown. We need it. Make this thing 17-6. How about it? 2nd and 6. Brown maneuvering through the pocket. He's got the 1st down, but he's over the goal line. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue. Ryan Brown has been working on his mobility, it seems like. He's been more of a pocket passer last couple seasons, but this year, a lot of rushing touchdowns for him, more than he's ever had. So again, Manning throws it out of bounds. Wasted possession here for Texas. And look at Ryan Brown, the pocket passer. Tossing it out there to Tibbs. Touchdown, Purdue. Go up 24-6. Love it, guys. Love it. 3rd and 14. End of the 3rd quarter, guys. About 28 seconds to go. Deep bomb. 1-on-1. And Coy Beasley comes down with it. Interception number 2. He's looking for the pick 6. He's got Manning to beat. He does juke him out, but he'll get dropped at about the 22-yard line. We'll go ahead and kick field goal, make it 27-6. We're in the 4th quarter, guys. This game is all but over. It looks like Purdue is going to get the bowl game victory. So 27-13, and we got 2 corners bumping into each other. Texas's next possession after Purdue can't again score or kill enough clock. They'll get a touchdown here, so they pull within 7. Bomb. Man coverage. No safeties back there. Tibbs has got the bomb. Touchdown, Boilermakers. We'll get another one, making it 34-20. About a minute left to go, minute 45, and Coy Beasley, number 3. He could take this one to the house and just end it right there, but some sportsmanship here. It's a 14-point game. We'll kick a field goal. I guess in that, I just got caught way too much in the sportsmanship factor. Or, like, the fact that this one player has 3 interceptions. I mean, at that point, you want to go up by 21. Like, normal me would have taken that to the end zone. But for this series, I wanted it to be a little bit, I don't know. Do I dare say realistic? Because Purdue's number 11 in the country. But then again, like, guys, it's been 3 seasons. Like, we've earned this. We've earned this. So it should have been a touchdown. Should have been a pick 6. Go up by 3 scores. Game's practically over then. I mean, what are we doing here, right? We've overthought that a little bit too much. Either way, Purdue has now won 2 bowl games in a row. We've made it to 1 Big Ten championship game in this rebuild. We've had some top classes in the last 2 seasons. It keeps getting better and better each season. So going into next year, I'm really, really excited about where this program is at. So why don't we just go ahead and get right into that as we get into the off season, guys. So I'll let you know, kind of keep you updated on our recruiting class, how that's looking, a little preview of the top freshmen that are coming in, their overall ratings, and do a little preview there. You got the Natty game. We got Kansas State and Georgia. Georgia will get the victory here, number 1 versus number 2. 36-10 was not close at all. We do get this guy, Tyler Schoonmaker. This was a really late add to our recruiting board, but he was a gem after scouting him up. He wasn't really going after any other schools, so we're like, you know what? You're not making a decision? We'll make it for you. Come on over here to Purdue, right? Jaden Ball, guy that's needed 2 persuasions in as many seasons. So he keeps citing the playing style thing. It's because of sacks. We gave up a lot in the very beginning of the season, but we kind of cleaned that up, so it was a lot easier to make him stay. We are losing quite a bit of talent, guys. A lot of role players. We are losing Merriweather. We're also losing Tibbs. We're losing some wide receivers. So there will be some change, but our depth, wait till you see the depth that this roster is going to have going into season number 4. You guys will be surprised. And so as many good players that we're losing, like Jerron Tibbs, an 86 overall player, has been here since the beginning. 7 touchdowns this season, 8 last year, went over 1,100 yards. Had a little bit of a down season this year. Just a lot more options in our offense. He had 9 sacks for Will Helt. Again, down production from last season. He got drafted in the 6th round. We also lost Derek Rogers Jr. at cornerback. But again, good players being lost, good players being drafted. But look at the guys that we're getting here, right? In transfers, you got Cam Cush, Quinnen Ford, a 4-star cornerback. Guys, I'm telling you, this team is loaded. We are ready to make a big-time push in season number 4. In fact, we had the number 6 rated recruiting class this year. And you can see why. Cam Cush is a freshman, number 1 position in transfer. Okay? Thaddeus Pierre, number 1 player in the entire country as far as recruiting goes. Number 1 wide receiver. Number 1 middle linebacker in Sean Hazelton. We also got this guy, Craig Spriggs, who's a sophomore now. He's up to an 83. So by the time that Ryan Brown is gone, it's going to be a battle between Spriggs and Davila. I guess Merriweather did not leave, so he's still here. A junior redshirt, so he's sticking around apparently. We still got Branch, Rigby, Leland Smith. Look at his speed, acceleration, agility. Look at all of these receivers' speed, acceleration, and agility. I mean, Tremar Harris, he's like, what, 6th on the depth chart? Look at all this speed that Purdue has. So we can do a lot of stuff on offense. We can get really creative. Look at the offensive line. We've built this up too. I mean, this is a big piece of our team. Our offense is probably going to be a little bit more equipped than our defense. But that's not saying that our defense has some bad players. It's just that I think as an overall, like you can see it. I mean, the game says we're 86 overall. That's one of the better teams in the NCAA. 86 overall offense, 86 overall defense. Man, dude, we are ready to rock and roll here for season number 4. So with our schedule, we are rated number 10 in the country. We will be taking on North Carolina in week number 0. Got a lot of Big Ten play here. Of course, Illinois, very highly rated. That's crazy. Penn State, of course, too. We'll take on Notre Dame. We'll go on the road to play those guys. Preseason All-Americans, we have 1 player on the first team All-American list. That is Jaden Ball. Really no surprise there at right guard. Second team, nothing. Got nothing. A lot of other Big Ten teams with love. Actually, there's Spencer Porath as a kicker. We got a lot of Ohio State up there as well. So we'll look at all Big Ten preseason first team. Ryan Brown, quarterback. Jaden Ball, right guard. Again, no surprise because he did make the All-NCAA first team. We got Coy Beasley's coming back. He's a senior. Porath is the Big Ten first team kicker. And then nobody on the second team. But you know what? That doesn't worry me because I think, again, our team is just so loaded in all the right spots. So I'm really looking forward to season number 4, getting right back into the Big Ten championship game. And again, now that we've got this really nice base of freshmen, guys like Fantus, right? And Carlos Pascal. He's not starting this year, but I mean, that's kind of crazy when you think about it. He's an 80 overall and he's not starting as a freshman. This is how good we are right now. You got Devontae Gallimore as a freshman, 77 overall. He's actually going to redshirt. So our depth is crazy this year. Terrence Coker's also going to get redshirted. He's a 78 overall freshman. Again, he just doesn't have anywhere to play. Even if I wanted him to play, I couldn't. It would be bad for the team for these guys to play. Year number 1. Percy Haywood. He's good enough to start for a lot of lower level schools, like maybe a Florida Atlantic, Florida International, Ohio. Tyler Schoonmaker, he's a 72. I don't think he would start for most teams, but you can see just what he's cooking with, right? He's got some good traits. Thaddeus Pierre, he's an 80 impact. He was the number 1 player in all of the country in the recruiting class as the DT. And he's not even starting as an 80 overall on this defensive line. Hazelton, elite level dev trade. Same thing with Fantus, the wide receiver. We're going to be good, man. We're going to be good. So if you guys are ready for the ride, for a lot of Big Ten titles, for a lot of national championships, I'm calling it now, man. I think we're going to get one here in the next couple of years when these guys really blossom and they become the players we know that they can be. We also got Ronald Washington. You guys remember this dude. 75 overall, 4-star free safety. And that's going to round out all of the player spotlight, if you will. The guys that I'm looking to highlight as part of our better portion of our recruiting class. So guys, that's it for the video. Leave a like if you like this thing. I will see you in the next one as we get through all of season number 4. 2027, here we go. We're kicking it off week 0 against North Carolina. Let's get it done, man. Let's get it done. This is the season. This is the year. We're number 10 in the nation, but we need to make a big-time splash. We need to actually become Big Ten champions and really put this program more on the map. Be a legit, an elite level football program. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you then. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.